Yo, what is up, guys? Mr. Rome here, back again after like a while. Probably you guys haven't seen my face, but we're here just to give you guys a tutorial on my photo LUTs. Why I call them LUTs? They're not so much as presets. Presets will be more as a running gun. These you're gonna have to take your time to get the best of the results. These are more than 24 LUTs. I'm taking my time with over 2 years, and we're gonna get to it. I'm not gonna take more time out of you guys. So really, I'm gonna be using both Lightrooms today, classic and the regular one. We're gonna show you guys how to import them. Just make sure when you open, you go to the preset tab, which is right here. Press the 3 dots, import preset. Go to where you downloaded the presets, and then you're gonna select all, and you're gonna press import, and then they should be appearing here. So let's go off the back to this photo. This photo hits a little bit more of the blue hue. You know, I think I really love my blues a lot. You know, I think that my main focus sometimes is the blues and sometimes is color tones. So with that being said, let's go with feeling blue. Yes, this might look overexposed, but let's work with it. This is what I'm talking about. We're gonna have to work with these photos a little bit, take a little bit of our time, maybe a minute or two, with just light, nothing else you need to touch. And we're just gonna have to expose it. For example, boom, that's it. Straight like that is literally all you have to do. You might have to just adjust the exposure, you might have to adjust the highlights, the contrast, whichever one of those. Most of these presets were created during events that I've taken photos, so they're gonna try to have that exposure high, because sometimes if you shoot a lot of events, it could be a little dark. Next photo here, we already tried feeling blue. Let's try Cine Bloom, one of my personal favorites, Cine Bloom. You really get the color tones well here. You really get everything very like leveled, natural. It feels nice, it feels cool. Another personal favorite one would be probably Vintage Tones. Now, as you can see, it's super overexposed, but bear with me. We're just gonna lower the exposure, and we're gonna lower the highlight, and that's it. Straight like that, guys. I'm telling you, just gotta tweak it a little bit, not so much. It's really very, very simple. So let's go to another photo I want to show you guys. Here, for example, here we have a green, black, and white. Then we have our black and white. Our black and white, it's really just to separate the subject from the foreground. So we just gotta lower down the highlights, and that's it. Call it a day. Perfect. She's standing out. She looks cinematic. Nothing here too overblown. So here we have the regular black and white. It's just a regular black and white, you know, just watching our highlights or whites. Then we also have nice greens. Nice greens is personally one of my favorite ones. It works a lot with the green palette. You know, we're just gonna have to lower like a little bit of highlight. As you can see, like there's like a little bit of green there, but it's definitely gonna help you with those greens out. So now let's go to another photo. For example, this one, I would probably put this one as a black and white. So we gotta select art black and white. All right, now this looks super dark. Yes, now this is what I'm talking about. You have to work with the photo. So just open the exposure and maybe open up the highlights. And if you want to lower that contrast a little bit, you could lower it down. This one, it just has a specific look, as you could tell. It just has a specific look that I like. Now, there might be sometimes where you have this, where the colors were really burning the subject. Here, for example, we have blue burning the heck out of him. So maybe we just want to lower down that blue a little bit here. You see, like there, for example. And then that we're fine. So maybe, very rare, you're gonna have to play with the color wheels or the color slides. So now let me go ahead and show you guys with these photos. These photos are a little bit more simple. You know, we could go with the blue grain. Looks really overexposed, but all we gotta do is lower down the highlights, and then that's it. It's fixed. We could go for a little bit warm feeling, you know, shadows and exposures. Shadow and exposures is really just for if the subject is really dark, if the room is really dark, it's gonna really try to really level the room and just bring the shadows up. I'll give you an example here. For shadows and exposures, as you can see here, brings everything, balances everything out. The green blue has like that green blue color tones that I don't know, but cool, really focuses on his color tones of the room. Nice greens, like I said, nice greens is gonna have a little bit more of that green side. Like for example, his pants, they're very highlighted. Retro film vintage is just a very vintage type look. Very blue on the blue side. Vintage tones is like, if you have a chrome mist, it's gonna look very nice. Warm Plus is very straightforward. vintage cool tones, you know, it's just founding the more cooler side. So as you can see, guys, Misa look, for example, that's another one, a little bit more of the less contrasty side. So like I said, guys, I hope these presets work with you guys the same way they work with Lightroom Classic as well. You go to Lightroom Classic, it's pretty straightforward. For example, let's say we want to start with this photo. I just want to import them. I press plus, import preset, go to this PC, go to here, get all of them, press import. Now I am actually importing them. Then I appear here, Misa LUTS, and then here I could start working with everything else. Now, I personally prefer using Lightroom Classic, and I also prefer to use the profile as Adobe Standard. Just because Adobe Standard, I feel like it balances everything out to where I want it to be. For example, if I use Adobe Color, they become a little bit too colorful, and sometimes it just plays around. Let's go with Misa Cine Contrast, for example, and I just want to open those highlight exposure and just lower the highlights. I got that little retro look. And then let's say this one right here, I want to go with green blue, or I want to go with green black and white, I don't know, but cool. This contrast again, Misa look, nice greens. I want to go with stay clear, dull look, vintage tones, 1+, art black and white. Art black and white definitely looks cool here because of the LED screens. Definitely art black and white is going to make highlights stand out, so definitely looks a very cool look here. So for example, here art black and white, I think I used this one for the original. We want to crop it, make her stand out a little bit more from the background, like very artistic feeling there. Same thing here, you could do with the art black and white. Like I said, art black and white is probably one of my most favorite black and whites I ever created, you know. So there you guys have the idea. I'm not gonna give you guys so much a tutorial on Classic because it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys want a Rec 709 preset as well. I'm not ready to release my video presets, but soon I will be releasing them to public. So there you have it, guys. Love you guys. Take care.